I'm doing this video today on Trijicon HD night sights on SIG Sauer pistols. Now what you're looking at here is a Trijicon catalog with a picture of what looks like a SIG Sauer P229, an little older model, with a DAC trigger and a set of HD night sights and with a yellow front. Now there seems to be a bit of a lack of imagery and videos of Trijicon HD night sights on SIG Sauer pistols. In fact, I didn't find any videos with SIG or HD night sights on SIGs. Saw some on Glocks, a lot on Glocks. I saw one guy did a real nice one with a Smith & Wesson M&P, and even just imagery online. Just Google some images for SIG Sauer with HD night sights, and there's really a lack of it. This is about the only real nice picture I could find anywhere. So I figure, I guess I'm going to make a video of a SIG Sauer with Trijicon HD night sights. This, of course, is a SIG P226. Weapons clear for all you safety check Nazis out there. But anyways, these are brand new. I just put them in yesterday, and I gotta say, I really like them a lot. They're significantly nicer than well, I won't say significantly nicer, but they're significantly taller in comparison to say Trijicon Bright and Tough or standard SIG light sights. In fact, here is a rear to a Trijicon Bright and Tough or SIG Sauer. This is SG01, so it's the standard model, and hopefully you can make this out. I'll try my best here to get you a good comparison. No guarantees though. But I think you can see they're significantly smaller, well, significantly shorter, and just smaller, period. I used to be real into SIGs, and I got out of it for a while, and I got used to other things, and I like bigger sights. And I think the standard SIG sights are actually a little bit on the small side. A little hard to pick up, especially like the way you could pick with the front sight would pick up in the rear. I just wasn't shooting very well with it. I got this, I only had this gun for maybe about 2 months or so, and it came with SIG lights. I didn't like those, so I put a set of Bright and Tough because that's what I have on a lot of my other pistols. But they still were kind of small, and I didn't like them, so I said, well, I'm going to try out those HD night sights. So here they are, and I gotta say, I'm actually very pleased with them. They really snap well, as in you snap up your pistol. It's really fast, really quick to acquire. Now, one thing about when I was considering these, the one thing they always talk about the rear notch being large, which I generally don't like. I generally like it where my front sight fills my rear notch quite a bit. A lot of less air in the sights, some people say, less play in the sights, some people say. You know, as in how much space you have between when you have a sight picture, how well your front post fills the rear notch. And there's a little bit of air in these sights, but not as much as you might expect. It's actually, I like it a lot how it is. And there's a little bit of glare off the front yellow dot, but as far as the rear sight goes, there's none. It's got the serrations where it's got almost no glare off that, and it's also, you can see it's also angled down a little bit to even keep the glare off it even more. And I think you can see quite clearly by looking at this that these are significantly taller than standard SIG sights. So they're really fast, really quick to acquire. I think standard SIG sights, they're just a touch on the small side, and I don't really care for them. I installed these myself, and one little tip I want to give to you guys: if you're going to use something like this is a Maryland Gunworks sight pusher. If you have it out there, I'm sure you know how to use. Most of you guys know how to use them. But one little difference on these, because this rear sight is so much taller, you actually, if you put your sight on, because you do it this way, and I made this mistake, so I had to take it off and then put it back on. If you put this on, if you can get it on, for one, it's going to be in there really tight, and you're actually not going to be able to push the slide back through, because the slide comes up this way. There we go. The slide comes through on this way. So now the thing is, when it comes time to do your front sight, and you've put the rear sight on first, you're not going to be able to push your slide back through the pusher. It's going to be stuck in there. Essentially what I'm telling you here is, do your front sight part first, alright? And then do your rear sight, because here's what you got to do actually. These things always have the shim. Okay, and to do your rear sight, you got to take the shim out, because it won't fit, because this part's too tall. You take the shim out, your rear sight will work well, but to do your front sight, you got to put the shim back in. So you need the shim for the front, but you got to take it out for the rear. Now here's the thing, because if you don't, your slide will be stuck in there, because the front sight or the rear sight won't slide through there with that shim in place. So just a little tip advice for you guys. Bottom line, do your front sight first, then do your front sight first with the shim in place, then do your rear sight with the shim taken out. Simple as that. Yeah, I made that mistake, so don't do it yourself. Okay, so I'm going to shut up now, and I'm just going to let you guys look at the sights, because that's what my complaint was. Lack of imagery, so here it is.